When my husband offered to cook dinner for the first time in 9 years, I grabbed the kids and walked out the front door. I didn't pack a bag. I didn't grab my phone charger. I picked up my 5-year-old Ren and told my 8-year-old Hollis to put his shoes on. My husband Corbin was standing in the kitchen holding a spatula, like he'd been rehearsing. "Where are you going?" "I'm making pasta. We're going to my mom's." "Because you don't cook, Corbin." He laughed. Casual. Practiced. People change. People do change. Corbin doesn't. This is a man who let our kids eat cereal for 3 days while I had pneumonia because he said the stove intimidated him. He has never boiled water. He once asked me which one was the oven and which one was the dishwasher. That is not a joke. So when I came home and saw him chopping onions with a glass of wine and jazz playing from a speaker he'd never used, I didn't think how sweet. I thought, who told you to do this and why tonight? "Sit down," he said. "Let me do this." "Hollis, shoes, now." Corbin set down the spatula. "You're being ridiculous." "Maybe. You're going to take the kids away because I'm cooking dinner. It doesn't make sense. That's why we're leaving." He stepped between me and the door. "Sit down." Not asking anymore. Telling. I looked at his eyes. Whatever he was hiding was right behind them. "Ooh, you're not taking my kids out of this house because you're paranoid." "Hollis, go to the car." Hollis grabbed his sister's hand and walked out. Corbin watched them leave and didn't stop them. That scared me more than anything. A man who fights about everything just let his children walk out without a word. I drove to my mother's house, put the kids to bed in my old room, and sat in my mother's kitchen trying to think. I opened our home security app. Cameras in the living room, hallway, and backyard. I scrolled back through that afternoon. 2:14 p.m. Corbin came home. 4 hours early. He walked to the kitchen and stood there for 6 minutes, just standing with both hands on the counter, staring at the wall. 2:22 p.m. He went into Hollis's room. 11 minutes. Came out carrying Hollis's backpack. Put it in the trunk of his car. 2:41 p.m. He went into our bedroom, came back into the hallway holding our lockbox. Passports, birth certificates, emergency cash. Carried it to his car. 3:15 p.m. He started cooking. The onions, the wine, the jazz. I called my mother in and showed her. She watched it twice without speaking. Then she called my brother. He's a cop. He arrived in 20 minutes. Watched the footage. Made one call. Corbin had booked a one-way flight to Costa Rica for that night. 11:55 p.m. One ticket. Not 4. Not 2. 1. My brother made another call. Corbin had opened a bank account 6 weeks ago under just his name. He'd been transferring money from our joint account in small amounts. $200 here, $500 there. Over 6 weeks, he'd moved $31,000. My brother looked at me. He wasn't cooking dinner. He was saying goodbye. The backpack had Hollis's favorite stuffed animal, 3 photos from the mantle, and Corbin's wedding ring at the bottom. Not packed for a trip. Packed for guilt. He was going to feed his children one nice meal, put them to bed, and disappear. I filed for emergency custody the next morning. Froze the joint account. Corbin's flight left at 11:55 that night. He wasn't on it. He was served at his mother's house the next afternoon. The court granted me full custody in 72 hours. Hollis asked me last week why Daddy made dinner that night. I told him the truth. Because he was leaving and he wanted one good memory to take with him. Hollis thought about it. Then he said, but he didn't even know how to turn on the stove.